There it is, nature's jacuzzi. Care to work up a little sweat before hopping in? Being on my feet again is making me crave a good workout. I feel alive again, I love it! Give me 2 or 3 good strikes. I'm just gonna stand here and bask in it. There we go! See, knew I could count on you. Hit me with your best shot. Nice try, but they don't call me captain for show. You've got good instincts, I'll give you that. On the other hand, your skills could still use a little honing. How about I give you some sparring lessons while we're on this tour? That'll square us for getting me out of this wheelchair. Good. That's settled. What do you say we find out if these springs are as good as advertised? Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Whatever's in this water is definitely working. I feel my body becoming whole again. Damn, that's something else. I'd say that's a success, and I'm about ready to head straight to the next one. You ready? There's nothing like life on the road, is there? There are so many new things to see and do around the world. This takes me back to when I started the chorus. Deep down, I was terrified. But there I was, proclaiming a better world lay ahead. I said it on a whim, like a mantra. I kept telling myself there's a new dawn after the night, and the chorus had faith in me. For that, I'm sincerely grateful. Their faith is what keeps me going. You're one of the family now, you know that, right? We're in this together. I'm not... Let's call it a day. I gotta tell you, I'm starting to feel my old instincts coming back. Now then, why don't we go and freshen up? When Lyle was a kid, I used to give him sparring lessons too. Time sure flies. He had this innate talent, and I was ready to teach him everything I knew. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Along our journey, I ended up wheelchair-bound. So Lyle had to teach himself. Over time, his form became more and more erratic. I was at a loss and concerned that he was on track to brute-forcing his way through every fight. But then he met you, and something in him changed. Maybe that's not the right way to put it. He was open to listening again, like when he was younger. You have my thanks, truly. If it's not too much trouble, keep doing what you're doing. Be someone you can aspire to. Man, that really hit the spot. All right, on to the next whenever you're ready. Where are we off to? Can't wait. Not bad. Don't let them surround you! You've got a real talent for this. A gift. Everything I throw at you, you're just soaking it in. So, what do you say? Ready to go wash up? This training has been a real joy for me. It may sound silly, but I can see myself teaching someday, passing on my skills to the next generation. Revenants are always so focused on perfecting the powers they were born with. That was the norm, and I never really questioned it until now. But I've enjoyed watching you absorb my skills, seeing the little twists you put on my lessons. It's changed my outlook on the old ways. We were self-involved for so long. There's no sense in it. None at all. Being back on my feet means there's so much more I can do. I've been racking my brain thinking of new challenges. You've given me something new to consider. Maybe a new lease on life. The old legs are feeling a whole lot better now. It's about time we headed up. All clear. I'd love for the Chorus to forge good relations with this place. All right, off we go. No telling what comes next. Make sure you're ready. All right. How about we call it quits for today, yeah? I worked up a good sweat. Ready for that hot spring? I find the way you fight fascinating. You have a tactical touch, some uniquely human instinct for optimizing Revenant powers. I've never seen anything like it. Many Revenants are nonconformists. As I'm sure you've noticed, they tend to stick out from the crowd, both in and out of combat. Meanwhile, human fighters employ a more systematic approach, one that relies less on instinct. Your style seems like the best of both worlds. That was a nice soak. On to the next one. My legs are feeling much better. Thanks for making the rounds with me. Why don't we head on back to Pioneer Castle? We'll spring a surprise on the gang. This here is home to us all. I'll never stop fighting for it. You're a real sport for trekking all over with me. I really appreciate it. Thanks to you, these legs are ready for action again. It feels strange to say, but this is my chance to start anew. In fact, I intend to open a school and take on some pupils to train. Remember what I said? About how I think the humans were very clever to systematize their combat tactics. I'd like to do the same for Revenants, so we can leave our techniques for posterity, to pass them on. Revenants may live longer than humans, but long isn't forever. Just think, if I teach you and you teach someone else, before long you've started a tradition. One generation passing its legacy on to the next. That's how I'd like to leave my mark on history anyways. I don't know. Not a bad deal if you ask me. Hey, I like the ring of that. I hope you know what you're getting into. There's still so much more I want to teach you. This is my shot to leave the world a better place than I found it. To pass on something that actually matters. What could be more exciting? And if you thought you're off the hook, think again. I'm advertising you as my star pupil. Do me proud.
Let us... Hail and well met, my dear comrade. We have an emergency on our hands. The fate of the very world hangs in the balance, and none can assist but you. Come, it is imperative. I was sifting through my memories of the Resurgence research when, lo and behold, I was positively thunderstruck, like a bolt from the blue. There is a hole, a wicked void in my memory sphere. On Insula Carcere, I was subjected to forma torture. Naturally, I bore the brunt of it handily, seeing as I am an Ubermensch, after all. As it turns out, an infinitesimal fraction of the whole was compromised. Me, Xenon Grifgoat, now standing here bereft of total recall? That defies all reason! All I remember was that the memory was of utmost importance. That may be more harrowing than its loss. At any rate, left unattended, the string on the sword hanging above our heads is liable to snap at any moment. I must embark on an epic journey to stimulate my glorious hippocampus. Care to join? I know what you're thinking, and yes, I will reward you handsomely for your time. First, there's a place I'd like to visit on Magmel Island. If you're ready, we shall embark immediately. Let us make all due haste. Let us be off, then. Fret not. My tithe has graced your purse. Ha! Precisely what I'd expect from a dear friend. You may take the handle. Marvelous. Yes, simply splendid. I tell you sure and I tell you true, there is no pleasure like high tea with a vista. This was a scenic spot that Sebille and I discovered on one of our jaunts. It all seemed so simple then. Sipping tea was our leisure, a historic pastime we made our present. Waxing euphoric over her memory has kindled my endorphins! Now, to stimulate the hippocampus! Nothing. That's odd. That aside, tell me how the tea tastes. I take a certain pride in it, and these leaves are delightful. Ha ha! Very good, indeed. You have a refined palate. In any case, enough time dithered away. Time to head to the next spot. That's right, we're visiting another nostalgic gem. More beautiful land on the scenic coast of my lifelong honeymoon. Ah, what a glorious occasion for us all. I say we enjoy it. In fact, I insist we do. Onwards! Now, let us explore every last inch of the place. Good as me. I beg your pardon. I shall be at your side momentarily. Let's see enthusiasm! Tea is served. There's nothing like it for the weary mind. As doom inches ever closer, we must take solace in our diversions. And perhaps it is time frittered away, but what better thing is there to fritter? An overburdened mind invites folly, and folly invites mistakes. Take my advice. Cherish the company of your friends. Now then, let us try once again. Hippocampal stimulation! No luck. How baffling. Let's finish our tea and chance the next spot. By the way, your posh motorcycle there, did you know that was a brainchild of mine? Surely you're not surprised. I gave it away some time ago. That you should end up its owner proves that chance takes no chances. An excellent ride, I should think. I noticed my blueprint's been improved upon. Quite the exceptional feat. I'd love for you to go joyriding with friends and companions. Seeing it bring you fulfillment would redeem my efforts. Well, my tea craving is amply and aptly sated. On to the next spot, my friend. Forward, ho! Off on a road trip. Not the most opulent view for the greatest drink known, but it has its quaint charm. An addition by subtraction, so to speak. Now then, without further ado, let's get stimulating! No effect. None at all. So be it. There's always next time. Because of our longevity, many revenants become fixated on legacy, what they will be leaving behind. I was once the same, striving constantly for perpetual excellence. It was my raison d'être. My wife, on the other hand, she held the opposite view. As I saw it, aging was a disease, an act congruent to decay. My wife believed otherwise. She often spoke of the beauty inherent in the transience. Time itself was what made things lovely to her. In one fell swoop, she pulled me out of my pessimism and made every day a celebration, a looking in on life's splendor. Do you understand? I mean, does that track well to you? I see. Like my wife, you see the world in a dint of roses. Growth, change, death. Life as it is. We must cherish that feeling. We mustn't lose sight of it until the very end of all things. Surely that's enough pondering. I fancy my chances at the next spot. Really, I do. A most pleasant position to be in. Don't suppose the roller coasters still run, hmm? Free of injuries, yes? Yes, quite. When the tea is good, then the life is good. Now that I'm relaxed, I believe it's time to work some memory magic. Come along now, dear gray matter of mine, show some gusto! My beloved cells seem to be gusto deficient today. Perhaps next time. I took my daughter here once, shortly after she was born. Joyous times, truly. Lamentably, we've since grown quite estranged. Nevertheless, I was relieved to hear she's settled down at Magmount. Precisely! She is the spitting image of my wife, and every bit as lovely. I wanted her to live with me, of course, but alas, prison is hardly a home for a growing girl now, is it? As it happens, she inherited my, shall we call it a freedom of spirit? My meddling would only irritate her. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. When all is said and done, what more can a parent ask for? I do send her presents, quite regularly, mind you. If only she'd reply sometime, just once in a blue moon. Should you, perchance, to cross paths with her, would you befriend her? Of all my acquaintances, I can't think of a better person than you to be by her side. Now then, all that said and done, we'd best be moving on! Many thanks for accompanying me on this little quest of mine. If only this confounded memory would cooperate with our fastidiousness! This faux pas may go down as the greatest blunder in the epic of Xenon Grifgoat. Nevertheless, I haven't conceded yet. Now, I stimulate my hippocampus in earnest! I simply pray my mighty cerebellum doesn't blow Magmel to oblivion! I can't remember. This is not like me. This is shameful. Must I suffer twice what I've already lost? Sabine! How fare you, my love? We have come to nurse you back to health. Name your desires, whatever they may be. If I can decree it, you shall have it.
Thank you, Xenon. You know, if I could have one thing... The first flowers you ever gave me. How sweet they were.
Yes, I remember. I knew you liked flowers, so I sent you a bouquet I arranged myself. But is that enough, Sabine? There are so many other wondrous things. You need only ask.
Yes, it's It's what I want. You weren't sure I'd like them, and you worked yourself into a tizzy for my sake. It was a labor of love, not reason. I'm not long for this world, but my love for you will never perish. So please, don't grieve for too long. I'll be with you always.
So this was the missing memory. It was with me all along. But it had become such a part of my being, there was no need to recall it.
Thank you, my friend, for your undying patience. A love that outlives the flesh, that outlives all that we are and become. It was only lost, never forgotten. More the fool was I for doubting. Centuries have gone by, but I still feel it as I did then. The love she bequeathed me still lights my way, still fires the furnace of my soul like an undying flame. You helped me to see that again. From the bottom of my heart, I, Zenon Grifgoat, am most grateful. A gift is in order. It's the least I can do. A simple trinket, perhaps, but one I'd like you to have. I know the handiwork is crude, but nevertheless, I hope you will accept it. Really? Well, thank you very much. Thus concludes our journey of reminiscence! Let's put the past behind and march forth into the future! Let's go nix a calamity! Life and beauty for all! This is my decree, and so it shall be done!
I see. Your mission is nearly done as... Rocks. My shop's always... I'll... Take good care. This...
Now, let's go. Let us harbor no re- So, you and Luke... Time to give it all we've got.
I help Yadwi. This is for... I'll upgrade your... Take good care. I'll... Take good care.
I will now So be it. The key to Valentin's cocoon is his closest confidant. An unusual key, to say the least, and yet only he can commune with Valentin's pathos. Noah, it is you.
Guess that checks out.
Having said that, Valentin's cocoon is particularly resilient. The key alone cannot break his seal. Our solution, the Luna Rapacis. The moon brims with energy generated by the resurgence. By harnessing its power, you'll be able to reach Valentin and release his seal. The fate of humanity is in your hands.
What's the matter?
I have debated long hours whether to divulge this before I sent you away. But I believe you have the right to know, and the news will not be pleasant. But please trust that I mean well in telling you this.
Hey, sorry for the wait. You damn fool. Who asked you to put the world on your shoulders? Way back when, he and I swore an oath. If we ever found ourselves at the crossroads of destiny, we'd walk down the same path, together. And if either of us was ever to stray, the other would drag his ass back onto it. Now, I guess it's time I make good on that oath. Come on, let's go. I've got to pry him out of this nightmare.
We have arrived at Luna Rapacis, cradle of the final cocoon, and the infernal bane of all revenant kind. The air feels heavy with tension. Multiple shards of pathos are nearby. Let's start collecting resurgence energy, but be ready for anything. Something that... Let's collect some... I'm glad the press... Some... Oh...
Thanks for the lift.
This one won't be a while.
The real fight starts here.
Wait up. I'll be right there. You gotta grab anything we can use.
Great!
I gotta say, you two have come into your own since we first met. I'm impressed. Your movement in combat is looking much sharper, more practiced. And Lou, there was a time you seemed afraid of your own shadow. Now there's conviction in your eyes. I was prepared to stay at your side for some time, but apparently I need not. You two can handle yourselves just fine. Hey, you okay?
No, it's an incursion. But why now of all times?
I see. You became a revenant for your family.
I needed them safe, whatever it took. The payoff was seeing my siblings and parents reach old age. My nieces and nephews are all the family I have left now. Our happy reunions rouse old memories.
The beauty of life lies in continuity. I'm convinced now, Noah. Our role as revenants is to serve mankind as its guardians. I want a world where families like yours live free of strife. We'll achieve this together.
What Valentin said was true.
It's been a century since you and I last had one of those incursions, huh? Glad you're holding up okay. We're here to protect a world where the seeds of humanity can bloom forevermore. The raison d'etre of revenants. A Valentin turn of phrase, as I'm sure you can tell. After we met and became true comrades, well, it wasn't long before his dream became mine. I only wish we could have made it happen in our time. I digress. The past is past. Don't mind me. That's all the energy in this area. With that done, let's move on to the next one. This is gonna be one hell of a fight. You're the driver, pal.
Let's grab that.
Going all out! I feel great! I'm getting fired up!
This one's different. Be ready for it.
Stay focused!
I don't get blood!
Sweep him away! Here goes! I feel great! I can do this all day! Nope!
We gotta grab anything we can use.
I feel light as a feather. Is that all you got?
Scratch on you.
You're getting better all the time.
Let's keep this ride going. Let's try and keep this ride crash-free.
Jeez, are they ants?
I'm getting personal. Let me show you. I can do this all day.
You know, there's something I've waited a century to be able to ask you. I know we're not allowed to know how history changed, but be honest with me. I remember that day, that moment in fact, when you burst in on me and Franz trying to kill one another on Magmal Island. You came back through time to save my hide, didn't you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I'll be damned. Look at you two and your hearts of gold. Thank you. I owe you big time.
Not another incursion.
You're telling me everyone in the Academy is dead?
Yes, on Lavinia's orders. She sacrificed most of them to produce a vessel for the Reseason.
Is she out of her mind? Those were our classmates!
I'm sorry, Noah. There's no other recourse. Couldn't stop her. Makes me felt. Hers was the only viable solution. I could offer no alternative.
Lady Lavinia rarely speaks of the past, but this is dreadful.
Voda House. It's directly descended from Idris, a lineage charged with the terrible task of maintaining the seal for all eternity. And what's more, they knew. They knew the seal would give out one day. But they could never produce an heir fit for the title. fit to replace Idris. And renewing that seal required them to produce a vessel, something capable of harnessing that power. France and I were spared because the Voda still saw some use for us. But as for the others, snuffed from existence. All of it, the Academy, the resealing efforts, was Lavinia's plan. She called the shots.
She would go so far.
In her defense, I'm sure she was desperate. Doing nothing meant annihilation. Even so, the incident spurred Valentin and me to take our leave of Voda House. We tried to solve it alone. Valentin never said anything, but I'm convinced he was driven not to let anyone else be sacrificed. Sorry, that's more than enough reminiscing. Let's get a move on.
The real fight starts here. Follow my lead.
Let's shoot even higher.
feel great! I'm getting fired up!
Look after that, okay? I'm impressed.
I feel great!
Stay right there. Jeez, are they ants? There we are. That's the last of the energy. Guess it's time. Not again.
I'm pleased to see you well, Noah. We're thankful you've returned to us on the frontier.
Forget that. Is it true? Did Valentin really go missing at the upheaval?
Yes, I'm afraid so. To make matters worse, the lunar rapacious continues to scald revenants, giving horrors free rein to terrorize mankind. Humanity needs its protectors now more than ever. Will you lend us your support?
Looks like our dream wasn't meant to be, Valentin. I tried to do you proud, but it's a dull world without you, old friend.
Did you hear? Lady Lavinia is recruiting a new Revenant hunter to join us.
A hunter, huh? I've worked with one before, but things might have turned out differently if they'd been here. After the upheaval was a low point for me, like I was stuck in time. That's why our reunion at Magmel was a godsend. You came back, and the future wasn't a dead end anymore. Time began to move again. I even began thinking you could save Valentin. Maybe.
Noah, we...
Don't worry, I know it's wishful thinking, but that's fine. I had no hope until you showed up. You filled that void and gave me light. Through the two of you, I found my purpose again in an empty world. I'll never forget the good times we spent together. Now it's time I repaid the favor. I've owed you for a long time. This time, my friend, I'll lead the way. All right, everyone okay?
Noah, just what did you mean by lead the way?
Just what I said, but don't let it bother you. Come on, let's go. We're just about there. Treading carefully. Fine by me.
You're getting better all the time.
Thanks for the lift.
So this is where he lies. Valentin's cocoon.
Can you do me a favor, guys? Promise you'll look after him for me, will you?
Noah, stop! He won't hold out!
Hey, partner. I'm here to fulfill our promise.
Wake the hell up!
He knew he wouldn't survive. The Pathos blocks our way. It's most likely Valentin's. We'll need to touch it to proceed. Why does the air here feel so heavy, though?
Believe me, Valentin, losing the students still pains me deeply too. But there was no other way. Procuring a vessel was absolutely necessary. You have to put this behind you and look to the future. It was our misfortune that Idris's ability didn't manifest in you.
For generations, Voda House has venerated Idris, fixated solely on tracing his footsteps. But his seal won't hold forever. Others wrong, though? What if Voda House's methods are a mistake? My friends would have died for nothing. We can't keep sacrificing the people we're trying to protect. There has to be a better way.
Like Xenon, Valentin too sought to find a different path than the one Idris chose. There's another shard. The air is so thin, it's hard to breathe. Place your hand on it. I'm sure Valentin is beyond the shard.
Transcript of the Xenon Grifko trial. Why is increasing the Revenant population seen as a vice? He tried to warn us then, didn't he? About the true nature of the resurgence. The correlation is clear to me now. Imitating Idris's ways will only ever be a temporary measure. But there is one way to eradicate the resurgence for good. We weren't mistaken, I can build the future we dreamed of now. A world where mankind can finally flourish.
He say This place is steeped in Valentin's pathos. We must be near the lunar core. Let's rest up. There he is. chance. This is it. The energy of the resurgence.
The time has come. Thanks to you, equilibrium has been restored. The world owes you its salvation. All my life, I followed Idris's teachings, convinced that it was my duty to oversee the resealing. I did what I had to do to produce a vessel. I shed the blood of many Revenant clans. I sacrificed many of Valentin's close friends for my sacred task. To my dismay, the resurgence would not be quelled. I squandered far too many lives for nothing. I see now that he must have predicted my failure, because soon after he took matters into his own hands. By sourcing energy from the resurgence, he cast a formula to try and purge the world of revenants. A world free of our kind.
But why?
By eliminating the source, revenants, the resurgence could be quelled. That was the truth Valentin came to realize. And now...
Lady Lavinia, what are you...
These runes are the relic of Valentin's legacy. His final words. I toiled a century, testing for the results I sought. It was designed to terminate revenants, and revenants alone. Amplified by a device on Magno, it shall propagate across the entire world, cleansing upon a tidal wave of resurgence energy.
Why, Lady Lavinia? Wasn't your duty to this world we have to save humanity from ruin?
Can't you see? It cannot be done. The resurgence can no longer be sealed. Our species is a cancer upon this world. So long as we exist, the world will forever teeter on the brink of destruction. Nature dictates life be cherished. Nature dictates it be nurtured within a mortal span. Even in death, each life entrusts its will to the next. We must relinquish our grasp. Mankind is the rightful heir of this world. That was Valentin's will and dream. A beautiful future, liberated from fear. And this is my atonement. To amend all the suffering and anguish I have visited upon this blighted world. Come, my wretched kin. Let us return to the cradle of finitude.
Let us embrace our fate!
It was the dawn of a new age for humanity. It heralded a new day under the mantle of their leader, who was named.
It's time.
O hallowed hero, who delivered unto humanity the world, we pray you rest in peace.
It's time you wakened. You're not one to let ripe potential go to rot, are you? Good to see you, my friend. I trust you've lived a most fruitful life. Mind you, this is an automated message, so you may as well make yourself comfortable. Do you recall our last meeting here? I used my past to cast a forma on your heart. A moderate stroke of genius on my part. Specifically, it was a forma that would trigger if your heart stopped beating. Very specific, I know. But caution being the better part of valor, I had to endeavor to elude Lavinia's deeply watchful eye. Your heart was one place I figured she was least likely to suspect. The forma is engraved with a powerful bond, a small token of pathos from yours truly. When you awaken, fate will force your hand again. You must trace our bond and locate me. Only then can we finally begin to put this right. I, for one, refuse to accept the present outcome, and I trust you are of the same mind. Now, be on your way. Time is a precious resource, and may we soon have it together, my friend.
This is the place. We must be coming up on the lunar core. What's wrong? Please hang in there. I'm taking us back to Magmel. Oh, good. You're finally awake. It's been so long. Are you all right? I've been by your side since you passed out. Is that a bond? Of course. He must have planted it when we left. It would appear this bond is linked to the timeline when we first met Xenon. But wait, that would mean that... Yes, we can travel back to the upheaval. Wait, hold on. You want to go right away? Shouldn't we at least speak with Lady Lavinia? We still have to stop Valentin. But then again, jumping to the upheaval would be pivotal. If we succeed, it would potentially prevent so many tragedies. So maybe that was Xenon's hope all along. He never gave up. And we shouldn't either. Time jump successful. We are in the time of the upheaval, just before it begins. Voda House should be performing the resealing shortly. What on earth? Were they ambushed? Agreed. We need to find him, and quickly.